Just arrived at work, and it's been a morning where I haven't gone for a run for various reasons. Normally I would run part of the program that I'm doing called incremental training. I'm up to 27 minutes and it'll be my first one, but I didn't do it this morning. So that means I might have an opportunity later on after work. Here I am at work, back door, and this afternoon I will have that opportunity to run. So maybe I will do something different, not 27 minutes. I've had my thoughts turn to hill training and speed sessions or sprint sessions. I did one a few days ago, a short sprint session, 6 by 100 meters after an easy 4K run. And that has lots of benefits. So speed workouts or sprint sessions, have a look there for all the various benefits that a speed session can provide. But something that's been lacking in my program are hill sessions, and they have a lot of benefits too. So what are the benefits of hill training for runners? Quite a lot, isn't there? But we have limited time in life. Is it possible that we can combine a hill session with a speed session? I've got it in my mind this afternoon that I might run up a hill near where I live and then combine it with some downhill speed running. How will I do that? Well, yet to work it out, but I'm going to share that and also talk about a little bit later perhaps some of the cons of hill and speed sessions. What are the potential problems from these workouts? I might do that when I get home from work this afternoon before I go for a run. See you then. Just pulled into my driveway, having worked for the day at Activate Physiotherapy, pulling into my garage and home. So, get my hand out of the way. Hello? What are the potential pitfalls for faster running and hill running, and particularly doing them together in the one session? Is it even a thing? So I'm going to try it this afternoon. I'm not going to do many hills, up hills, maybe 3 or 4, and I'll do some downhills as well, emphasizing speed as opposed to the easier running of the warm-up and the harder running of going uphill. And we'll see how that goes. What are the potential pitfalls? Well, I guess one of them could be injuring myself. It's well known that higher intensity running or whatever speed or inclination up the hill will stress your tissue in a greater way than easier running. The easier running that I've done a fair bit of lately. And the other issue I've got, of course, is personal health, and particularly potential atrial fibrillation episodes, which are reasonably under control at the moment, but late last year did have some concerning episodes which have seemingly resolved for the time being. Hoping this run this afternoon will not trigger them. So let's go and do it. Well, I think I've decided how I'm going to do this. I'm going to run about 1 kilometre towards a hill, actually called Mugger Hill, not far from where I live, and I'm going to do 3 100-metre ups with a jog down, and then I think I will walk up and do 3 100-metre sprints down. How fast will I do them? I'm going to do them initially probably 80% effort, 90%, and then close to 100% effort for the last one. And I'll do that effort with the uphill running as well. So we're going to attempt to combine uphill session with a downhill part of the running session. Let's see how we go. Let's go and find that hill. Up the road, not far. Well, I'm approaching the starting point, my 100-metre uphills, that post on the right, and we'll see how we go completing 3 of these. Right. That completes the first one, first uphill. It's at the post, the starting post. Another 2 of these, then I'll walk up the hill and do 3 downhill sprints. See how we go. Turning now. Well, as you can tell by the amount of puffing, that third one took a bit of effort. It'll be interesting to look at the data on the pace I achieved with each of those 3 uphill runs. So, slight change of plans. I'm walking up the hill and then down to the finish mark, where I'll run quickly from there, which becomes the starting mark to the original starting mark, which will be the finish mark. And we'll do 3 of those walking up the hill to recover properly before I sprint down. Right. Approaching the tree, which was the finish point for the uphills. There it is. As soon as I get to it, run quickly down, but not too quickly for this first one. Here we go. Right. Walking up after my first downhill sprint. Got the heart rate up. Plus, you do start to feel some muscles and potential niggles that you probably didn't get going uphill. I guess going uphill is a slower pace run where some of the mechanical forces or impacts on the body could be reduced compared to running down quickly, or gravity's pushing you into the ground harder, resulting in a more forceful push-off, but greater pace. Anyway, see how I go with the next 2. Try not to injure myself. Well, that's 2 downhill sprints done, and I guess the faster speed going down does tend to accentuate the tendency to overstride. Certainly the stride length is much greater than going up, and I'll be interested to see that data on Garmin, which we'll share at the end of this run. Okay, up to the start of the 3rd and final downhill sprint for an old man like me, and then jog the K, also about a K and a kilometre, maybe 1,300 metres back home. The sprints, by the way, or the uphill then the sprints, are a bit longer than 100 metres. I've worked out probably about 120, 130 metres. It's okay. It's about as long as I want it to be. I'll see you back at home. Well, I'm home. I'm done. I've had time to look at the data, and of course the uphill runs had a shorter stride length, round about a metre, 1.05, and the downhill running had a stride length of about 1.1 or a little bit more. And of course the pace was different, closer to 350 pace on the way up for that 100 and something metre run, and on the way down probably closer to 3.5, 3.10 minute per k pace. And heart rate similar on both actually, so I guess the effort was about the same. As far as injury is concerned, I don't think I've injured myself. However, there is a tiny little niggle in my right quad. Probably nothing, but I will make sure that it is nothing. Use my best physiotherapy advice that I can come up with to help not be injured. So that is the combined uphill and downhill session, split into two, where I did the first half jogging down, that is the uphills, and the second half the fast downs with the walk up to get my heart rate down sufficiently so that it can be a good fresh effort, fresh and fast for me, an aging runner but still enjoying it, trying to look after myself. I hope you are too. Why don't you have a go carefully of the combined hill sprint session, not necessarily doing the downhill sprints, maybe you could do it on the flat. You work it out, and we'll catch up with you next time.